So today I was at the thrift store, just scanning books, doing my own thing, just minding my own business. And a guy that was working at the thrift store came up to me and he asked me if I sold on Amazon or eBay, and I told him I sold on both. And he actually brought books out from the back to let me scan. So this was something that was honestly really, really great for me because up to that point I hadn't had any luck. I'd been there for about half an hour and I'd found about two books. And when he brought the books out, it was a smaller box, but it was filled with books. And I didn't have amazing luck, but I definitely had a much higher finds rate, and I found about three books from that box. This was definitely great for me because this is honestly the first time that I have had like quote unquote backroom access, to where like I get like scanned books before they go on the shelf. But the thing that really kind of caught my attention was that he was like, hey, I just after you get done scanning, just put the books on the shelves, and that kind of got me thinking because oftentimes thrift stores might be a little bit tight about having people that are customers just go into the back room to scan books, and they might only want employees there. But maybe a way that us resellers can get backroom access a little bit better is to work out a deal to where we can say, hey, can I scan your books? And if you bring out a cart and let me scan your books, I will make sure to put as many of the books that you have on the shelves as possible. So it was kind of a win-win, so they don't have to put in the time and effort to go put books on the shelf, but you get first dibs access to the books, which is something that I had never really thought of, and that I'm definitely going to try to continue doing moving forward. And by the way, here's here's a picture of the books I was able to find. I was able to find about 13 books in total, with the best one being, it's a little bit hidden, but it's the guy with this guy's face right here. That one is ranks about 4,400,000, which is a little bit above the ranks that I usually like to get because I try to keep my books under about 3 to 4 million. But the lowest used price for that book is $40. So I was very happy. I mean, it might not sell, but I figured I might as well get it. And believe it or not, I was actually cut a pretty good deal. Usually, books are usually fairly inexpensive, but she actually let me have hardcovers for 50 cents and softbacks for 35. Which was something that I was extremely surprised at because it's usually $2 to $3 for a hardback and like a $1 to $2 for a paperback. So that was honestly very, very helpful as well. But I guess another kind of important note from this that kind of got me thinking too is that like, even though, especially at first, it can feel kind of awkward scanning books. I mean, there's been a couple times where I've had kind of random people ask me, hey, do you sell on Amazon? Or remember, there's one time I was at a thrift store and one worker, said to the other one, hey, this guy's been here, scanning for over an hour. Not being rude at all, but they don't see resellers every day, I guess, or they don't see people. If you do see resellers, you don't see resellers like going through their entire shelf of books. Just keep in mind, but anyways, even though it can feel like a little awkward at times, it's very like important to be like honest and upfront because that can also help, lead to more opportunities. There's been numerous times where people have also asked me, hey, do you sell on Amazon? And I'm like, yeah. Or they're another reseller that's just, I remember one time there's a guy and he did storage unit stuff and he just didn't want to mess with the books. And he was like, but he used to got started selling on Amazon with books, and as I started reselling, so he was like, hey, I have some extra books, and he had some books in his car, and I was able to scan them and buy a couple from him. And I actually got really lucky because he also had some I do coins as well, and he had some coins in $50, and he thought that they were just worth their face value. I was able to go through the ones that were silver and get silver plus a melt value, but give him a lot more money than he thought that they were worth, and kind of a win-win situation. But on the note though, like, it's important to, I guess, not try to hide, that we're like resellers. Because it can lead to good opportunities, and in general, whenever someone asks me, I've always had like very positive responses when I'm like, hey, I'm a reseller. Yeah, and also just kind of as before, that maybe just find like some sort of win-win situation. Maybe maybe you scan their books and you pay them a cut of the profit, or you just put the books on a show for them. Win-win situations, that way it's a little bit easier to have backroom access and to kind of get that relationship. All in all, I paid about $6 for these books, and I'm hoping that as in total that my sales from this is going to be about $200. Realistically, it's probably going to be closer to like 170 because I mean not all of them are going to sell. It's just the way it works. I mean not all of them are going to sell. And hopefully my net profit's going to be between $50 to $60 after I compete on price them, and they actually sell it after all the fees. But just definitely something I thought that was interesting that I figured y'all might enjoy or at least get some value from. So thank you so much for listening to this, and please like, subscribe, comment, let me know. Have a great day.